Alexa, turn on the dry kitchen light. Ho ho! Okay, so this is Jin from Stable Property, and today we are at a property at Kajang. This is a beautifully interior design unit that we're going to check out today. And this is thanks to Hardin over here, who's going to show us the place as well. So let's go check this place out. Let's go! Okay, Hardin, thank you so much for showing us the place, man. I know that you're interior design. You want to maybe introduce yourself a little bit?
Yeah. So I'm Hardin. I have a small boutique firm called Studio Hava. So we do architectural design and interior design also. At heart, we are consultants,
right?
But we also provide solutions for them, for clients, if they want to do up their house. So renovation.
I see. I think let's just go inside and take a sneak peek real quick.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Wow, dude, the house is insane, man.
Yeah, of course, because the idea here is to create a very warm and welcoming house.
Right. So what do you call this design language overall?
I would say there's no particular design language to say, because yes, there are such things, but the main idea here is to blend in right materials and colors so that it gives a nice contrasting effect. At least that's my way of interpreting design.
Right.
Not everything has to be following a certain concept or direction. As long as it works and it gels together,
right.
It works well.
So for you, the design over here is not to say like a specific theme.
No, it does not. Yeah.
Rather, it's like a team of certain elements combined together, and then you come up with something that is just unique, lah.
Yes.
So this one over here, you guys designed this, what do you call this, cabinet over here, right?
Okay, so I have this thing where I always brief my clients whenever we do a house. The front part of the house is an inviting one, right?
Right.
This is the first thing that you see. Yes, you open up, you see at the back, but this is where you greet yourself and also your guests and all that.
Right.
And then another thing about the client is that he is a collector and he plays a lot of board games. So if you can see over here, it's a collection of all of his board games. So sometimes when he has guests over, board games is one of it.
I see. Actually, I kind of understand why now you want to put this over here as a cabinet, right? Because as you mentioned, the people when they come inside here, right, they want to know the personality of the person over here.
Right.
So if you put the things that he actually likes, he adores, right, then when you come in, you also feel very homey. It feels like I'm coming home to the things I like to begin with, right?
Yes.
And so I believe this one over here is where most of the magic happens, lah.
You can say that the client is an avid gamer.
Right.
That's what he does all the time.
I see. Wow, this is a very nice gaming rig over here, right? And I also like the fact that, did you guys incorporated certain IoT products over here? Because it looks like there's an Alexa over here, right?
So the client is, I would say, tech savvy. That's what we actually do throughout the house.
Right.
So we try to create this like a smart home, but not really smart 100%, because it's actually, one of it is very costly, and it's a lot of process behind making your house into a smart home. But we try to be as much as we can.
Right.
So we have certain things like lights and controlled by the Alexa, air cons, So it still provides that slightly smart-ish home.
Okay, let me try. Alexa, turn on the dry kitchen light. Ho ho! Okay, so now coming over here, I feel that the first thing I noticed, right, this is not an art piece. This is
not
actual TV.
An actual TV, yes.
This is how many inch again?
86 inch, 85 inch, 86 inch. As big as it can fit this space here.
Right,
that was
right.
the brief by the client.
I see.
He's a movie buff, basically.
Right. So this is like his own mini movie theater over here.
Mini movie theater.
So one thing I noticed also, right, and this one you can teach me a little bit, right?
Yeah.
I was told that a certain size of TV need to be a certain distance away in order to feel comfortable, right?
Okay, there is a minimum distance that you have to sit away from the TV. So for 86 inch, I would say around 9 feet, 8 feet, 9 feet will be fine.
Right.
Any further, a little bit more further can, but not too far. You can't see what you're looking at.
I see.
But not closer.
Right.
This is the minimum.
I see. So this is memang already optimized for this right now.
This is the minimum. I would say the
Okay.
minimum.
So how much did this entire living area cost?
I would say around here, 9,000.
9,000.
Yeah, 9,000.
Without the electrical appliances lah.
Without, it's all the cabinetry, the table.
Right. Wow, 9,000 actually damn good deal.
Quite a good deal.
Oh, I want to do my house.
Of course. Can. Give me a call. Okay, this is an 8 dining table.
Right.
We put the bench at the back because we can't afford to have chairs on this side, or not the table will be too much to the right, end up blocking the flow from the front entrance to the back. So we make sure that the bench is over here. Why is it 8-seater? My client, he entertains guests all the time.
I see.
He gets friends over, family over.
Right,
So there is a need for a big table. But we can't put 10-seater, or not it will be too big already, and then it will block certain areas. But 8-seater is just nice.
Right. So this is what, solid wood, or what type of material is this?
Yeah, this is solid wood. Solid wood dining table, custom made.
Oh, custom made also.
Yeah, it is custom made.
Oh,
Yes, right.
why did he go with a custom made, not just a regular one?
First of all, is size. Second is you can personalize on certain things that you want on the dining table, like the legs, the chairs. You can decide however you want.
Right.
So that was the reason why.
I see. So this one over here, right, what I noticed is very interesting is that the ceiling over here, you have a little bit of a cutout for the fan, right? Why like that?
Oh, it's basically set in because another thing about the ceiling is that once you have a ceiling at this height, then you put the fan on that ceiling. Let's say, and we don't do this cutout, a recessed in ceiling, the fan would be too close. So some, like I said, the client's tall, right?
Yeah.
He puts his hand up, you
I see.
hit the hand already lah, kena the fingers already.
I see. Oh, that is a very interesting thought process. I mean, because this is also designed to the client's need, right? Because the guy is...
Yeah, very important in designing that we have to really cater to the client. Basically their needs and wants. And then we dress up the areas so that it looks aesthetically pleasing.
Correct. So now this part over here, the kitchen, what do you call this? Is this an L-shaped cabinet or kitchen island?
Okay, so this area is a dry kitchen. It's actually called a peninsula. It's not an island, it's called a peninsula. It's basically connecting to the original cabinetry. It's follow through and then it comes out. Island is basically standalone. Yeah, right. So for this area, the idea is to make sure that this space is extended out as big as possible. First, for the client needs, and then also for the guests and people coming in. So there was actually an original wall over here. So that is actually making the space small.
Right.
So we actually decided to break the wall, and then there's actually a storeroom and a bathroom here. So that has also been demolished to create this open space plan for the client.
So this one over here, right, this is actually marble or what type of...
This is actually sintered stone.
Sintered stone.
Yeah.
So the reason why they went for the sintered stone, is it because when you do baking, you can just do it directly on this finishing over here, or
it's more durable than the standard marble, because marble is being very expensive is one,
correct,
but it's also very porous. I would say this is the most, not to say budget friendly, but it is safe enough for any hot pans.
Right. Okay, so why did you guys decide to go with, like, on the top over here wood design, then down here black color, then white color?
Yes, the husband, the client, the husband is obsessed with black. But having it top and down black color would be too
gelap.
Can say like gelap, a bit dark. But so like I was trying to say, my style is we always try to combine and contrast materials. So that's why we decide to have something lighter on the top, the wood grain design, and then same goes with the floor. So it has that contrasting with this black in the middle. So it's not brown and brown, it's brown, black, brown lah. White is more, we tried a few combinations in our rendering and going through with the clients, you know. Black color can, but white seems to be suiting the most lah.
I see. Right, I mean, honestly speaking, when I'm here, right, because especially when you look at the entire flooring from the entrance over here, it kind of synergizes very well. So I also see that they put the aircon over here, which kind of makes a lot of sense, right, because the baker, panas kan?
Panas.
Right.
But aside from that, it's actually also, because this is a 2.5 horsepower.
Wow, okay.
The main reason here is because when we design where to put the aircon, it should be on the longer side of the home. So if your house is rectangular shape, it has to be on the other end, so that the whole space will be, you can feel the aircon.
I see. So this is the extended kitchen over here lah.
Yeah, it is.
The main cooking area, I guess.
The main cooking and the masala and the tikka and everything.
Okay, so this is where the actual cooking happens.
Right.
So this one exhaust fan, right, is going to be hacked all the way outside, or is this like the carbon one?
Oh, this is ducting, so they have to bore a hole on the wall.
I see.
Then the ducting goes outside.
I see. So this is actual ducting that actually works one lah. Because the charcoal one...
Not really, you know. And they are, the clients are, they are having cooking family, so we really need something that's high powered.
And this over here is quite interesting, right? Why do you have like a door outside to say hi to the neighbors?
Don't have neighbors lah for that. Right in the street lah. So yeah, it's a decision made between me and the client.
Right.
We discussed that yes, you can have a door without any window. This also helps with the airflow.
Right.
Aside from the cooking hood, we also provide extra ventilation for the space so that air can pass through. So we have windows over there. So this is where the air can go out, and also an extra exhaust fan also lah.
Right.
Yeah, much needed for them.
So I noticed the entire house was designed in a way whereby it's very well air ventilated because I see a lot of windows around.
Yes.
And also because thankfully it's on the corner lot, you get the abundance of like...
Abundance, yeah.
Yeah.
You get the front and the side.
Right. Now this is a very interesting design. I've never really seen people make a cutout door like such lah.
Yeah.
Oh, how nice.
So the client, see, if you notice, every windows, especially at the back, we have plants at certain windows. Why? Is because the client is the wife lah. She likes plants. She likes a lot of plants. So at windows, you can see we did something. We discussed of how do we put the plants so that they can see, but not too big. If I ever to put the plants at the bottom on the floor, you need a big plant so that you can see, right?
Understood.
So how do we do this? So we create like a cage, a box cage like that, and then we have planter boxes so that they can enjoy the view, not just because this is the back of the house.
Right.
How do we keep the view inside?
Correct.
So this we have this.
I see. So you're like incorporating the landscaping from a high level, right? Because it's a terrace house, you don't have the abundance of land right outside.
Yeah, exactly.
So they put this metal railing over here, then they just put the plants above it lah.
Yes.
Oh, that's very smart of you all.
It's actually same as the dry kitchen also.
Right.
It's also at the back, so it's same concept.
I see. Okay. Nice.
Yeah, so I forgot one thing to tell you. So designing the kitchen especially, a lot of discussion has been made with the client, right? We design each storage here carefully so that it makes their life easier lah.
Right.
So if you wanna see here, we have storages below.
Okay.
But we have made sure that it's accessible easily for the ones who cooks a lot in the kitchen. So we make sure that there has we call it a basket, stainless steel basket to put in all the pots and pans.
Right.
Over here, so it's easily to slide out and put it on the stove and start cooking, right? So it's quite flexible and easy lah. So another one is the spice rack, also another decision made. So it's very easy. Imagine if you stand over there and start cooking, right? Put your pots and pans and start cooking. You have spices already ready for you on the side.
How convenient, I can imagine.
It's convenient lah.
Okay, so because there's a lot of water things going on over here, like water faucet, the sinky is over here, and then the material that you guys have to use is like, what do you guys go with over here?
Okay, here it's melamine. I mean, throughout the whole house, everything is melamine.
Right.
If you want to talk about cost, it is the cheapest option. It is the cheapest option, but it's okay as long as you make sure that you take care of the kitchen. Don't wash your cabinets, with water hose or whatever, and then just wipe it off lah.
I see.
Fine. Better materials like laminate and all, it's more durable. Yes, as long as you can take care of the kitchen, it'll be fine. It'll serve you well.
Okay. So you say that they're avid cooks, right? So obviously they need a very big refrigerator, which is seen over here.
Yeah, a double door fridge lah. So we decide on something that is not so huge, just nice as long as it's a double door fridge,
right,
and enough to store their stuff. So you can see here, this is it lah.
Right.
And then you have the oven and the microwave above. Before the client goes on and buy basically the electrical appliances, they have to go through me and we discuss first.
I see.
Because these things really matter when it comes to electrical appliances, the sink, the basin, the faucet. Everything has not to just be nice, but it's also functional. So we go through back and forth a lot of times. We make sure that the size is as per needed. So you can see here the gap is just enough. We need at least 30 mm of gap.
30 mm of gap.
Side and the top.
Right.
To make sure that the
hinges.
The door hinges is one, depends on one you open. Second is the airflow, because the fridge is quite hot.
Right.
So it produces a motor at the back, so it produces heat. So we need some kind of enough gaps so that the air can come out.
I see. So whole place over here, kitchen-wise, from the dry kitchen to the wet kitchen, right? How much was this?
Okay, so dry kitchen and wet kitchen together, they are around
35K?
Yeah, for both lah.
Wow, 35K! What a bang of a deal, right?
Yeah, not bad. But of course, not inclusive of the appliances lah.
Yeah, fair.
Okay, Jin, we talk so long from the front, we go behind to wet kitchen. You don't feel like going to the toilet?
I want to go to the toilet actually.
Okay, so talking about toilet, you know where the toilet not?
I have no idea, man.
So the toilet, like we were talking just now, it was here.
Right.
We had to relocate the storeroom and the toilet bathroom, right?
Right.
So we make sure that this space is open. So we tuck the bathroom away from the general eye view.
Right.
You don't really see where the door is. It's over there actually.
I thought this was a storeroom actually.
Yeah, can say it's a storeroom, but it's not. It's a bathroom.
So the toilet over here, I love the fact the design is black color, right? But why did they decide to go with all these fancy colors instead of like just a basic one?
Okay, so I'm a fan of having a few different materials.
Right.
Yes, they are tiles, but a few different materials to contrast. To say contrast is not really contrasting, but this is a decision made between me and the husband, the client. Like I said, he likes dark. Theme, everything. So this is the only space that he has for himself.
Nice. When I came in here, right, the first thing I noticed was
this.
Is this.
Right?
It's like, why is there? Because typically it's just grouting and it's not so nice lah.
I mean, grouting is fine, but this one a bit
special sikit lah.
Special sikit lah. So earlier on we were talking about contrasting, right?
Right.
So we have the darker floor and walls. So we have a darker wood. It still provides a contrast there, and then a white top. But we also added a pendant light because yes, we have the general lighting on the ceiling, but sometimes you want to see close up on the mirror, right? So you use the usage of this pendant light so to brighten up the space lah. And it's quite aesthetic lah. If you have a look, it's normally that's how we design a vanity in the bathroom. So we incorporate like pendant lights or wall cones, right? So it makes the place more interesting. So we have a towel rack over here, then a large mirror which is around 4 feet high, 2 feet wide. So you can see almost everything, right? So it's the decision made a really great one.
I see. What I noticed is this one gives you a really hotel kind of vibe lah, because I wouldn't expect that this toilet is actually in somebody's house.
I mean, you can always have that at your own home, right? Or not, you want to experience something so nice like this only at the hotel? Come on. You can have it at home also.
Okay, so Hardin, what is the biggest challenge you face when designing this entire concept of here?
Being an old house during the late 80s, right? So there are certain ideas back then how they perceive a terrace house should be, Every space in the house has to be compartmentalized, like walls. Okay, this is the kitchen, this is the dining area, this is the living. Everything has walls to separate the spaces. But like now, our mindset has changed already. More to making sure that it's open, everything is spacious. The architectural side of things has changed. So trying to be open is a main, factor to factor in for that the clients are, able to enjoy the space without feeling so cramped up. So like we said, we're talking just now that we broke the walls here and there. The clients and me and the client, we went through a lot of design process. The design process is quite took us some time. It's not clear-cut design. 1 month, straight away do the house. Like I said, we are a small design firm. We really cater to the client's need first. So we are consultants, right? Design-wise, we went through around 10 to 12 revision, yes. But not really siap already. Then revise again. Revise again. More like we are very casual. We sat down and just meeting like that, right? And then we say, okay, why did we choose this? Then change this a little bit. I provide them with several concepts and design layout, especially layout, and they choose which one is the best. And we further develop the one that they have chosen.
I see.
Yeah.
So the process actually to make the place, the hardest part or the biggest challenge is to really come up with a design concept first lah.
Yes, the concept, the layout.
So that one roughly took how long just to conceptualize the whole thing?
Let's not talk about the rendering, making it look 3D reviews. More of playing with the layout, Took us around 2 months.
Wow, 2 months.
1 month plus 2 months just going through. We have we have time. We were not rushing. So we make use of the time so to make sure that the house has the right feel when they come in. So like I said, being open is one, openness of the space, but the client also, one of the key things that they want is actually, even though it's open, they still want the space to be segmented. How? Especially the bathroom. So we don't have walls to make sure that clearly, this area is the bathroom and that is the dry kitchen. We still maintain that openness, but we play around with the doors, for example. So in general, you don't really see where the door is hidden at the back. But we still retain that open space plan.
Right. I think it's very telling, like, especially when I walk through the entire place, right? Very beautifully designed. I love the fact that the design language from the beginning, the minute you enter the door, all the way to the end, right? It just kind of like gels so well together. It just makes you feel like when you come home, there's one theme, there's one design language that you have already wanted to begin with, right?
Yeah.
And you just synergize across the place.
Yeah.
Of course, there's going to be elements whereby the owner has already kind of make it even more homey by putting all these plants and the lighting effects. Wow, I think that was a beautiful touch, right? So the second part I want to ask you, right, how much did this roughly cost to do, right? Because it looks like a fair bit of refurbishment, because you said that there needs to be a relocation of the toilet, and then because you want to make this openness, and of course the whole place right now looks very beautiful already, right? So how much did it roughly cost?
Okay, cost-wise is, can say, okay, we have to take account of the, aside from what you see about the cabinetries.
Right.
A lot of work actually been done actually on the architectural part.
Right.
So we have to break the walls, we have to extend out, make new walls, create new columns, especially at the back near the bathroom and the wet kitchen. That place itself is a new structure, new walls, everything. It's not there to begin with. So we did that, we did roofing for the wet kitchen. It's like an extended part of the original house, the kitchen and the wet kitchen and the bathroom. It's an extended part. So that we have to create a separate room itself. So that is, we have to take account on those things lah. Then the wiring, the plumbing. We used to be where the bathroom is at the dry kitchen. We have to relocate it, right? So we have to redo the sewage pipe.
Right.
So it runs to the manhole and from the new WC, you know, and basically a lot of things that you don't see has been done for the house. Actually.
Right.
Aside from addressing the older issues like leakage, you know, and stuff, right? So with that in mind, then we have the cabinetries, the flooring. I would say around 150.
150k lah.
150k.
Okay, I think it's very, very fair considering the fact that this is entirely all done up again, right?
Yeah.
Especially all this relocation and whatnot.
Yeah.
So I think 150 very, very makes sense lah. It makes sense lah. Okay, Hardin, thank you so much for showing us the place. Beautifully designed house over here you have. And for the people that like contents like such, make sure to like and subscribe. By the way, my name is Jin from Studio Property, and Hardin.
Yeah, I'm Hardin. You can follow us on Instagram. We are called studio.hava, studio.hava.
There you guys have it. So we'll see you guys in the next series. Bye-bye.